Okay, I think Jimmy's trying to. Yes. All right, we are good to go, Zach. Roll it away. Good evening, everyone. I'm CBS 19 Chief Meteorologist Brett Anthony here in the CBS 19 Weather Center. Just want to bring you up to date on our cold, misty night that we have occurring right now across East Texas. And the winter weather advisories have been extended, which I'll go over in just a second. We're taking a live look here from our CBS 19 studio. We're looking off to the southwest. You see a little bit of rain, some light raindrops on the camera lens. The streets right now look wet outside, and the temperature here in Tyler, we are down to 40 degrees with a north wind at 18 miles an hour. We are live on our YouTube channel. We appreciate everybody tuning in to watch us on our YouTube channel. Stream with us at CBS 19 Plus and watching on our Facebook page. Right now we have about 3 dozen or 4 dozen folks watching. So appreciate that. If you have any questions, please post those in the comments. We'll try to answer that on our YouTube page. Of course, you can always share this stream with anyone that you want to, and you can comment and like, and you can also subscribe to the YouTube channel for more information. Again, 40 degrees right now outside. Dew points are in the upper 30s, so the air is rather moist at this time with some high humidity across the region. All right, the cold front itself has moved here into deep East Texas. Lufkin and Hemphill are still in the mid 50s, but it is a lot colder up at Mount Pleasant where it's 35. Sulphur Springs is at 33. Terrell and Dallas have fallen below freezing. It's 24 at Dallas, 28 at Terrell. Colder air like this will be moving into East Texas. It's that concern, especially closer to Interstate 30, where if anything's wet, we could have a couple of things happen. Bridges and overpasses could sort of flash freeze if they're untreated. Any roadway that's wet could also see a little bit of icing. So there is some concern up to the north for the potential to see some light icing. Meantime, look at all the cold air. Kansas City's at 4, Tulsa's at 9, Lubbock at 17. This colder air is going to continue to spill to the south on the strength of these north to northeasterly winds. Houston right now at 50, but even Houston is going to get cold tonight. All right, here's CBS 19 live radar. And I'll do a couple of things here, probably zoom around just a little bit, but this is everything's rain right now. There's no wintry precipitation out there. It's all rain. So let's just kind of zoom in up to the north, up toward Longview and over toward Jefferson and Marshall and those areas there. In fact, if you go over into the Louisiana side of things, you'll see some thunderstorms there. Panning back here toward Carthage, it's all very light rain. Back toward Laneville, of course, it's light rain. And we come up back toward Gilmer and Lone Star, you also have some light rain showers over toward Linden. All right, so we'll widen things out. Now, here's what I want to show you. What I've done here is this is what's called a dual polarity product. All right, so reflectivity is just sending out a beam and it's coming back, right? So what this is doing is it's sending out not only a beam that's going horizontal, but it's also going vertically, right? So it's scanning more of the atmosphere. So it's able to pick up perhaps not just raindrops that we see here probably in this solid pink area, but also a little bit of drizzle. So if rain isn't showing up on the radar, for instance, when I show you that back there, see how it's just barely showing up around Canton and Athens? But when I put that dual polarity product into motion, now all of a sudden we have a little more let's say, reflectivity or we're getting more of a return. So in that instance, we have more drizzle that we're looking at. So we know that there's drizzle out there. So our concern would be for this drizzle to hang around long enough, especially out back toward Terrell and back toward Dallas and Fort Worth area where the temperatures are below freezing, that would be freezing drizzle. Meantime, there's also drizzle for Mount Pleasant over toward Linden, Jefferson, Marshall, and Longview. But again, the temperatures here solidly above freezing, so no worries of any type of frozen precipitation there. Widening everything out, you can see this mist out here, or this light rain out toward Athens. Now, there's a chance we get later into the night, especially with this colder air out toward Dallas where it's 24 degrees. That colder air, it's deep cold air. And so moisture falling through that layer of deep air could either turn to sleet pellets or maybe even a couple of snowflakes, but it's going to stay well to the north. Pretty confident of that. All right, so this is the winter storm severity index. We showed you this about a month or so ago, and it had some real big high impacts here in East Texas that never really panned out. But this, I think, has a really good handle on it. And it's going to mirror the area where the winter weather advisory has been issued. So if you look at the gray, these are limited impacts, and that just means bridges, overpasses, untreated roadways could become icy. That's Interstate 30 right there from Texarkana going back toward Mount Pleasant. So that would be an example where you could come over an overpass if it's untreated, or if there's any kind of flash freezing later on tonight, that could be icy. Also through Hopkins County on I-30 near Sulphur Springs, that could be a little bit icy down toward Emory and then back toward Dallas. All right, so that's just a look at that of Northeast Texas, North Texas. Anybody traveling up toward Oklahoma City, or if you had to travel into Little Rock, you're going to find minor to moderate impacts over that part of the country there. But again, in East Texas, and most of East Texas has no impact at all, but just that little area closer to the Red River and the Arklatex. All right, sometimes we talk about temperatures crashing or temperatures falling off the table, and this is a great example of this. Ross Hayes sent this video, or this picture in, and he works out at the NASA balloon base in Palestine. And this is a temperature, the outside temperature, as we went through the afternoon. It was at 56, I believe. These are the times. So this morning it was around 50 degrees. We got to roughly, that would be 6 a.m., roughly 10 a.m., up to about 2 or 3 in the afternoon. I think we got up to about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. And then look how the temperatures just fell. They were at 60 degrees late in the afternoon and dropped some almost 10 degrees in the space of about an hour. So that just shows you how the temperatures just fell off the table here, or temperatures crashed as that cold front came through. And that's why we have the weather impact alert. As these temperatures crash overnight, we expect them to continue to fall. In fact, we're thinking temperatures are going to fall all the way back into the, probably mid-20s by morning. So we'll take a look at some of the temperature profiles across the area and go over all the current warnings that are in place. Extreme cold warning goes into effect tonight at 9, and that lasts until 9 a.m. Thursday. So in this area here, just west of Emory, west of Canton, Dallas, Waco, up toward Sherman, in this dark blue area, that's where we could find some wind chill values right at 0 or below 0, and air temperatures anywhere from about 0 to 10 above. And then in the cold weather advisory, you're talking about 10 to maybe 15 above 0 for overnight lows and wind chills in that same parameter, in that 10 to 15 degrees above 0. Tyler, Thursday morning, has a chance to see wind chill values that are going to be close to 0, maybe 0 to 5 above. So we may find ourselves in a cold weather advisory, but the Weather Service may not make that make that decision or issue that until tomorrow night. All right, so here's our 3-day forecast, our weather impact alert 3-day forecast. Tomorrow morning, 25, daytime high 33, 16 Thursday morning, 37 Thursday afternoon, then 21 Friday morning, and it's cloudy. And then things start to warm up. All right, so look right now, just southeast of Mount Pleasant, in this little strip here. It's interesting that it's showing our, let me zoom in on that just a little bit here. Because what I want to do is I'm going to key in on that and see what it's suggesting. It would suggest that there would be a chance for hail, but that's not in the right spot for hail. So let's use our, we're going to look inside this storm. This would be our storm report, our Titan indicator, giving us a chance for little bits of hail. So there might be some sleet, inside that cell right there, right around Lone Star to Linden. If anybody's watching from up that way and can verify that, we'd love to hear from you, just to get ground truth of what's going on there. But that's interesting to see that little bit of a return. And again, just I would think that there's a chance to see hail. It's going to be up in that area, or not hail, sleet. If it's going to be right there, it would be right in that area where we're getting some brighter returns. Sometimes we call that bright banding. And so that might be what's going on there. All right, taking a look at the radar, we'll widen things out. I did have an area out here to the west that was, we were looking at for potential light snow or sleet that was moving to the east. So this may be later on tonight, some drizzle that drifts across northern parts of Texas. Again, I-30 and points to the north. And then you've got a little bit of rain continuing to work its way through. Thunderstorms right now down toward Lufkin, up toward Hemphill. Take a look at that. I'll step off screen and pan this up for us. We can see a lot of moisture beginning to sort of move up out of the Houston area to the northeast into Jasper and Newton County. And then just circling that area right in here, you can see all of this rain In fact, the Weather Prediction Center earlier today had this area outlooked for excessive rainfall. It is pouring there. It's a good thing that the temperatures are still running around 50 degrees there. If it was colder, you know, we'd have some icing issues, but no icing issues here. Just pointing out the what ifs of this whole situation. All right, temperatures right now, 39 at Hawkins, 39 at Mineola, 38 at Van, 36 at Gilmer, 39 at Kilgore, and 42 at Henderson. So that's good to see. All those temperatures are solidly above freezing. No worries there. Deep East Texas, where the heavier rain is coming down right now, temperatures are in the mid-50s. They'll only fall into the 30s. So how are the roads tonight? Streets and roads will be wet. Watch for some icy patches up to the north again. I think Interstate 30, close to the Red River, up to if you're headed, let's say up 271, up toward Grant, Oklahoma, or something of that nature. You might find some icy patches up that way. Otherwise, rain, sleet, if there's anything of that nature, and snow, that would end overnight. But watch those bridges and overpasses through the overnight hours. Temperatures above freezing tomorrow in the afternoon, and the wind will dry off the roads. All right, here's future skycast. I'll put this into motion starting at midnight. Little pink areas showing up, so potentially a sleet pellet or two or some freezing drizzle all across East Texas. A couple snowflakes showed up there, just a couple snow flurries. I would not rule that out even through the day tomorrow. It does take until about mid-afternoon tomorrow to get rid of the clouds. The high temperatures range from 28 to about 38 or 39 degrees. So you can see just the depth of the cold air pushes into deep East Texas, but not quite all the way down into Lufkin. Thursday morning, different story. Overnight lows at Athens, 17, Emory, 14, Gilmer, 17, 20 at Henderson and Jacksonville. And then we bring in the wind. And look at these wind chills. Thursday morning, 7 a.m. 1 below at Sulphur Springs, 1 below at Emory. Feels like it's 3 at Tyler. Feels like it's 10 at Center, Nacogdoches, Lufkin. Feels like it is 15 degrees. So our big concern is going to be Thursday morning, 3 a.m. to 9 a.m. The impacts are going to be a potential pipe buster here. So certainly want to leave the cabinets open, maybe the faucet dripping. I know there's been some discussion whether or not that actually works, but yeah, I would suggest you could do it. It just keeps a little bit of water trickling through the pipes, but keeping the cabinets open so that there's air flowing around those pipes so that they, anything sitting in those pipes can't freeze up. The need, of course, if you're outside, coats, hats, gloves, and scarves to stay warm for sure with those wind chill values close to 0. All right, we'll wrap this thing up with a look at the CBS19 10-day forecast. And on our 10-day forecast, yeah, we have 3 weather impact alerts for some cold air Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday morning. Saturday, there's a chance for a chilly rain with a high in the mid-40s. Then look what happens next week. It's almost as if spring has sprung. Temperatures in the lower 40s to upper 40s as we head through the week, and daytime highs in the low to mid-70s. And Thursday and Friday highs will be in the upper 60s. Just want to remind you that, you know, we use the long-range cycling weather pattern theory here in the Weather Center. And so this cold air outbreak we were talking about several days ago, because it was coming around on cycles, weather pattern cycling about every 6 to 7 weeks. You can come out to me, Zach, if you want to. And so there's a chance that this cold snap similar to this will come back at the end of March. Now, it won't be this cold, and it may not even be a freeze, but I can tell you, right around the end of March, we'll probably have a frosty night or two here or there. So if you're thinking about planting, maybe waiting till the first week of April might be the best choice. All right, again, I urge anyone who's watching on our YouTube channel to subscribe to this channel. You can get more updates as we go through tomorrow morning. Sarah Blue will be updating everyone on the YouTube channel. On the Facebook page, we appreciate everybody coming on tonight, sharing some time with us, and streaming with us on our CBS 19 Plus channel. Have a great night, everybody. We'll go back and work on the forecast and have an update on CBS 19 News at 10 o'clock. We will see you then.